If you are writing literature in English in this year, Jamb 2026, this video is made for you. Now, there are three aspects you need to study very well: drama, poetry, and prose. You need to study them very well. Now, under drama, candidates are expected to study one African and one non-African play, in addition to the mandatory Shakespeare. That one is mandatory. Now, under African drama, you have to read the Marriage of Anansewa by Efua. Then, Once Upon an Elephant by Bosede Afolayan. So you have to read the two very well. Then, under non-African drama, you need to read William Shakespeare, Antony and Cleopatra. That one is mandatory. Then, An Inspector Calls by J.B. Priestley. You need to read it very well. Then, under prose, the selection includes contemporary African narratives and a specific non-African journey. So under African prose, you have So the Part Does Not Die by Peleolist. You need to read it very well. Then Redemption Road by Elmer Shaw. Then under non-African prose, you need to read The Journey He Endured by Susanne Belifili and part of Lucas. You need to read them very well. Then under poetry, you are required to study 6 African and 6 non-African poems. You need to do well in this area. So under African, you have Once Upon a Time by Gabriel Okara, then New Tongue by Elizabeth Kamara, then Night by Wole Soyinka, then Not My Business by Niyi Oshundare, Ati Gallant by S.O.H. Vista, then The Breast of the Sea by Coca. Then under non-African, you need to read She Walks in Beauty by Lord Byron, then The Noon's Priest Tale. You have that one by Godfrey Chaucer. Then The Telephone Call by Fuel Adcock. Then The Stone by Wilfred Wilson Gibson. Then Digging by Seamus Heaney. Then Still I Rise, that will be the last one, by Maya Angelou. So if you read this literature very well, I am assuring you that you are going to do well in your Jamb. So I wish you best of luck. Thank you.